Unfortunately, you are the test specimen. This is the child. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck you are. Okay, then I gotta worry about being fucking Charlie Sheen. Holy, see, I can't have kids, bro. I'm be like, Dad, can I have some nerd gummy clusters? And then I'll pull up to fucking McDonald's, buy myself a single black coffee, and drive the fuck off.
Last time, we did an interesting session. I enjoyed the Feywild walkabout. Um, but there was also some build with Tenebrus's um connection with Callie and him creating life in an echo from what Lord Falwyn was doing, and that activating some of Callie's connection to the Clockwork Soul, and there've been a couple arrivals of these creatures to try to investigate how mortals are aiming the coil of life, I guess. Nevertheless, uh there's also in the background other complications that will arise in some effect, but be slightly changed based upon choices that were made last session. But the herd of centaur led by Strassa and Ocket are coming from the east. From the south, there's the Dwarven army, of course. And there was a manipulation of time last session where we began with Amu and Tenebrous and Callie and Veer, Aether, many of the others that were with you all, and the discussion of how the druids are going to use the storm magic and thing was kind of laid out a little more specifically, and um, one of the druids offering to use animal shapes to have everyone mutate into a giant eagle to traverse the lands very quickly to meet up with the dwarves before they're even 3 days out from the city. But then we connected back with Birdman, who was in the Feywild with the tarrasque, and they traverse through the Fey Forest to arrive at these ever bright grasslands that kind of encompass miles and miles and just kind of swath over any knowledge of the forest that were kind of behind them. And these golden expanse, he's kind of tethered to the tarrasque, and it kind of drags him into what seems to be a razor field of golden grass, and he's able to basically surf upon it with how good his check was, to kind of surge through the golden grass and eventually get drawn to, as he's surfing, he sees this structure, this building start to form, and the more and more he focuses on it, he feels drawn to it. He failed his he passed his wisdom save, but the Tarrasque didn't. So the Tarrasque pulls you towards the building, and once you arrive, you get absorbed into this carnival scene, a small market about this large building, a theater. It looks like there's all races, types, and sizes: humanoids, goblins, fae, fiends, and even more that you can't describe. Just gathering and eating and waiting for the theater doors to open to begin this performance that seems to be something grandiose by what the crowd is. Um, the Tarrasque at this point turned into basically like a a little poodle dog. Um, but nevertheless, they and Birdman is this small boy, and he has the beast, the tarrasque, tethered to this red and white striped jumping rope. And the memories of the little boy are somewhat similar to something Birdman actually remembers from his childhood, but um, he sees the beginning of these performances and of songs and dances, and the main event is drawn into the theater, and it begins to be introduced by this beautiful succubus. And seeing the additions to the audience, Birdman and the Beast, she invites the newcomers. Like it's you definitely get the impression that the audience members are the same all the time. Like it's if you're someone new, you're noticed. Like it's not something that's like a new audience every night kind of thing. It's kind of um, an odd, I guess, arrangement in that way. Um, Birdman apprehensively kind of goes up with the beast, still kind of tethered to his jump rope, and introduce himself as Gillisbran. And the lie is sensed by the audience and the succubus, and they beg for truth. And he introduces himself again as Birdman, and they kind of nod at the gesture of that being true to what he thinks he is, or who he is. And there's uh, an arrival on stage that kind of shushes everyone back into the audience. Um, and this kobold comes upon stage and uh, introduces himself after a monologue about the legitimacy of legacy and names and the truth behind the fate of someone's legacy. And Birdman is soon asked to perform, and he gets kind of charmed and manipulated a little bit in some performance, and kind of gets overwhelmed by everything, and excuses himself to the restroom, and has lost track of time completely by this point of how long he's actually even been in the theater, how long he was even on stage. Like it's very unclear, and he sees a window that he can break out of, and he begins to try to use the tarrasque as like a club brick to like break the window. And there's this lizard man that comes in the room and is basically, what are you doing? And the lizard man soon reveals himself to be the puppet master that was the kobold that was on the stage prior, that went through the long performance, that had, I don't know, he kind of looks like the old school Scarecrow meets the Riddler in a way, is how I imagine him. But nevertheless, he there's a grapple match that happens, and then the little tarrasque is able to like focus its tail to shoot little barbs out towards the puppet master to like aid in the fight that happens between Birdman and this creature, and they dancing around, breaking stalls in the bathroom, shooting his bow towards the puppet master, and him being consistently enchanted by magic, him resisting much of it. Like there were so many wisdom saves he rolled, and the he falls and Birdman does, and then the puppet master thinks he's kind of claimed the winning, and he hasn't really taken the tarrasque seriously because it looks like this little dog creature, and he goes over to Birdman and stabilizes Birdman to get ready to take him, and then he's about to go towards the creature, the little tarrasque, and the tarrasque um, basically like they rolled really really well. It wasn't a crit, but their damage was really really high, and they shot one more spine as the puppet master tried to come toward him right in its neck, and the puppet master dies from that, and Birdman eventually wakes up um, in uh, the bathroom with the creature, and takes with the baby Tarrasque waiting for him, and takes the mask, and um, knows he needs to get out of here, and he's not quite sure how. And we had this weird philosophical debate. And I was waiting for a particular phrase, and I was like, and it was such a weird thing that I was waiting for, and Birdman picked up on it, and I was like, I was so happy. Where he needed to be eaten by the tarrasque to join with it again, so that the tarrasque could merge their pain and insanity together while it casts plane shift to return to the material plane. Birdman returns. He's only been gone moments by that point, and minutes. Like it was like maybe 10, 12 minutes. I think I remember if I remember correctly, but um,
Like 15
and
minutes.
yeah, uh, and Birdman is soon vomited out by the beast that just reappears. And the leadership that was meeting nearby, deciding what to do and whatnot from the previous like 2 sessions, practically, leaving for the Storm of Vengeance to head south, are met with the beast, and um, there's a brief reunion with Amu and Birdman after he's vomited out. And yeah, now there was part of that reunion was the discussion in and out of character of like how the party was splitting to deal with things. So, um, there were 2 days ish, a little less than, but pretty much safe to say 2 days of travel that the druidic partnership with, in which Callie and Tenebris have joined, as transmuted giant eagles. You'll be heading south to convene. Prior to the rewind in time, there was a brief encounter with some gnolls that you all destroyed. So there's kind of a little bit of that layer again. As I imagine, you would find the same group of gnolls the next day, as that was part of your flight. And then Birdman. Um,
I'm imagining the Knolls just they had a sense like, wait, something fucked up is about to happen, and then they die.
You have their shaman the morning of. We will spill much blood today. He misinterpreted the signs.
Yeah, we will spill our own blood. Shit.
So Callie and Amu, it's pretty safe to say for right now. You can insert anything you would like to do as perhaps part of downtime during 2 days, because you're not flying straight 2 days through. You wouldn't be able to do that. With the spell, perhaps, but it's also just like you guys have endurance. Only your endurance can only last for so long. Doing that kind of thing. Uh, Nevertheless, the interpretation of D&D is usually like you 8 hours ish of travel a day, unless you guys want to incur forced march stuff. Um, so yeah, we're gonna go to you guys briefly because when we go to Birdman, we're gonna deep dive a little bit more in. So Callie and Amu, other than bird travel, and Amu, you kind of spoke a little bit to this before Callie arrived, so it's kind of just like giving you an opportunity if you've thought of anything since then. But um, is there anything you guys want to do during the travel south to meet up with the dwarves to incur the storm of vengeance of the city of Salt?
Um, Probably. I'm gonna let myself think as I also ask this question. Um, I doubt it would affect our time too much, but technically we would have to get a mile out before we could fly off because of the tarrasque's grounding effect, right?
Technically, yes.
But that wouldn't like really affect how long we have to travel, like the distance we cover, would it?
No, no. To me, for travel pace, that's kind of included in the math.
Okay. Then, hmm.
And it's also you being giant eagles. I think you would make up for that once you were able to transform.
Yeah, fair. I think, yeah, there is something on my mind that just popped up during one of our rests. I Amu would go up to Pio and he would ask him, well, the city is well and truly gone from what it was but a few weeks ago. How are you holding up with all this now?
Well, you uh, you surprise me, even now, little brother. He smirks at you, knowing you're actually much taller than him. But we have incurred the wrath of the gods, it seems. Wrath of nature flows through you and Jahir, there asleep, and Goremonger, who seems to be connected to the very darkness around him. I don't understand any of this, but I feel we're doing the right thing, I guess. Right?
Hmm. In my studies, druids often study history of nature, ages past, and sometimes there are calamities on continental scales as well as local scales. These are not brought about by the will of the gods, only by nature running its course. Every action affects something in the ecosystem, tipping the scales in one direction or another. I can't say what is right or what is wrong, only that the scales have been tipped far in one direction due to the presence of the tarrasque, and with its release, the scales will begin to tip the other way. How violent that will be, I cannot make assurances. Whether things work out in the end or not will be down to the individuals who would seek betterment. It is my job only to ensure that nature's scales return to a balance.
What if... Hmm, I don't know. I wonder if we're not going against all that sometimes. But Your pragmatic optimism, Amu, has always kept me second guessing that philosophy. I was trained in the monastery of the primordials many years ago, before I met you fighting on the streets. There's a respect to the gods that I think our people have lost sight of. I often wondered if I ever would find it again. And ironically, I found it. In the most unlikely place. The shadow of the beast. They're going to call him for generations. An elf who became an Animaesus, who then became an elf again, who then became something else entirely. And we are orchestrating that narrative. That's the fun part. He smiles kind of wickedly and takes out his drink for the first time you've seen like pretty much all day, and like looks at it and puts it away and doesn't take a drink.
Well, that's the thing though. People will remember him only for that name. But his real name will be lost to time, won't it?
I don't know if I want to know that name. Because then he's an elf. Now he's not. He's something else. Elves have taken enough of this world.
No,
He smiles.
that lunatic is not an elf. He is the Birdman. Whatever the fuck that even means. But that's him. If
in a blood vessel. Going, "Gah, gah, gah." Wee.
if I were to have an effect on what history will be told, I would want that name to be remembered. Because I think what the city has forgotten the most is that the largest of trees grow only from the smallest of seeds. People are capable of so much more than they will ever give themselves credit for. They became mired, placated. I believe it was the same for me back in the city. Which is why I had to leave. I could no longer stay complacent with my role in nature. The shadow of the beast, that is a legend that children can only hear of in tales before sleep. But the Birdman is someone that they can see on the street, not understanding why he does what he does, but they know it's him. That's the part I like more.
The last shadow of the beast. We know he was of the darkness. Sedge. And what came before him was not good either, because if the shadow of the beast was anything like Birdman, it would have not wreaked the destruction it did through the lands. It would have been led. Perhaps it would have been better then for it to be led south. Now that would be a destruction into lands even more sacred. We will not have time to warn the Testadine, nor the Lapid, should the beast decide not to listen. I do hope it listens to Birdman.
All the more reason to not remember the title, for it can be misused. Remember the deeds of the man, or the bird, in this instance. But I will not doubt in his capability of leading the beast. The beast is free of its 300-year binds, and yet it slept as soon as it returned. And I believe that is thanks to Birdman. If anyone can lead that beast, it's him. Such could never lead it. He was a man of destruction. Destruction cannot hold chaos at bay. It can only create chaos.
And you say you don't think the gods have any play here?
No.
In some ways, Birdman is, I think, their champion.
Oh, I
At
believe.
least, that is what some of the other, commoners say.
No, I do believe the gods in this instance are at play, Jacques, at the very least. I merely. What I was saying earlier was only in reference that, nature itself can bring about great change on its own, not needing any godly influence. This instance is rather unique, of course.
Primordials, I think, are different in that way. I would have liked to ask Pocket the other night, but he seems changed.
Mm.
It is late.
Right. Oh, and just by the way, nature has a strange way of doing things. There's actually a mushroom that could take over an ant's body, causing psychosis, where it goes to a perch, dies, and sprouts a new mushroom from its head to spread spores. Nature is neither good nor evil. It only acts to survive. We get to consider our consequences.
Is the mushroom edible?
Yes, it's not dangerous to creatures of a certain size.
Well, I guess some benefit comes from that.
Anything can be eaten if you don't die.
Uh, ever the spore druids, like it's Now, just imagine if we could do something like that to the tarrasque.
Best not think of that one. Would probably send out enough spores to cover a continent, infecting all the inhabitants and killing them, spreading even more spores to another continent, requiring divine aid to halt such a cataclysm.
Well, the doom and gloom. I was just thinking of you mushrooms edible. We could feed the masses and make do with what we have lost this winter and the next, and maybe even for 5 to 10 winters after that. It will be difficult on the people. I hope you and your fellow druids are ready for the demand that is going to be asked of you.
I believe it would be possible, yes. But there will need to be pilgrimages to other cities. Those that remain are going to need the aid of our brethren who remained outside. But that is a thought for another day. Yes, we should get our rest now.
Io goes and curls up close to where the fire is and starts to zonk out.
Amu would just gather up a nice pile, a nice mound of dirt, and let's see. Yeah, why not? I mean, I'll rest anyway, but he's a bit of a ways away from everybody else, so they don't get hit by this. He's gonna cast create or destroy water onto the mound of dirt he's made to make it muddy.
You got to feed all the spores growing on ya.
And he will sleep in that. But that's all Amu's gonna do on this travel. No, don't really have any downtime activities.
Um, Look over that. Okay. Callie, do you want to do anything during the evenings after traversing like an eagle towards the dwarves? Just chilling. All right, cool.
Yeah, just chilling.
No, no laser beams into the sky. We're good on that.
Not yet. No, they got to do something, you know. That the laser beams last time was because he made a third person. And the third person just out of a rock. Just picked up a rock and was like, "Hey, rock, I'm gonna turn you and make you into an elf."
Yeah,
Well,
I every
sort of
every
an elf.
every time I hear elf doing crazy shit, the Oh god, the consequences for Australia get bigger and bigger in my head.
Australia is going to. Well, if you look, I don't have a world map picture in this Roll20, but there's already like a giant like, schism in quote unquote Australia, like a giant like cut in the land. I was just like, this. I need to plan for the next campaign. A giant, just like does the continent just split in half? uh, create itself into things, but that is Tenebrus's new child. That is going to be called Iron Maiden.
Oh no!
Damn, I'd like to be the Iron in that maiden. What?
He's on it! Fuck!
So more. He said she was still a Shatterkai. I was like, well, okay, the image kind of looks more human, but that's okay.
Oh god, she's hot!
And then, all right. Well, then, while you all, relatively big group, while you all are traveling southerly, Birdman is, after his trance,
I was
will
gonna ask you
say,
about that. I don't. Do I need to trance? Because I've been gone for hours.
you need to
In my
trance.
perception.
Yes. So, yes, you do. You would probably get pretty tired as soon as you had like the moment to collect yourself after being vomited out and communicating with the others, and then the beast itself kind of falling asleep behind you. But during your trance, it would be probably the time and hours that Tenebrous and the others with Amu are gathering in the throat of the city to actually turn into eagles and fly, and then they I've already kind of fast forwarded in time from where you're at by this point a little bit, just because of travel time. But Birdman, you during the trance there would be no one would interrupt you, but you would get the idea that there are other eyes and ears and people other than the leadership that met with you, like Mel and Amu and Veer and some of the others earlier. Curiosity, I guess, right, of like what's going on with the creature. It was gone, it has returned. There's kind of that build up of things, like that uncomfortability that people are being aware that the beast is not necessarily, I don't want to use the word vulnerable, but the word comes to mind, like, because it's just different than how they expect. They think they can take advantage of it, kind of thing. You're kind of just like, you're a little bit more on edge than you normally would be, I think. But you would be able to get through your trance, and the beast would, you're not even sure if the beast really needs to sleep. It just seems like in some ways it's kind of like connected to the movements of what you're doing in some ways, and it seems to be kind of ready to move and be awake once you're ready to move and be awake, unless you want to give it more time to sleep. And by that point, you can see on the ring of the keep of the beast, in the center part of the city, where the Baroque and Balliste still lay from Setch's sabotage. and where broken down walls are crumbled from the different interactions of the beast throughout the campaign. There are eyes glowing green and red and golden from the different fae and Animaesus and other creatures that kind of are watching in on what's going to happen with the beast, but trying to keep their distance as best they can. People from different houses, people from the Undercity, the undead kind of horde that is now gathering even more strongly about Mel because of the many that have fallen from this and the, onslaught of the beast. So, Birdman, the question is, what do you want to do with the beast? Where do you want to take it? And how do you want to go about doing that? Is this something to where you want to be like, Sam Neill in Jurassic Park, where you have the flare in your hand and you're running in front of it and like, hey, come on, I got you, Or are you going inside it and trying to pilot it and dealing with the sanity consequences that come from that?
My sanity consequences. No. I don't have any more.
Or are you, I don't know, insert other idea here.
I think we're definitely like flare in hand, like walking it out. Like, I think like
I love the imagery so much.
yeah, dude.
So
We're walking towards the sun, right?
so you wait you wait for the sunrise
spend a
to.
lot of my time telling people like when the sun rises, this bitch is walking.
Well, it was kind of the discussion from last time. It was more waiting until like later in the day so you could keep it moving west. I think was part of the discussion, but nevertheless. Okay.
Like, we have
If
to.
the-
I have to walk it
You
west because I'm like, hey, it's gonna end up over there, and it's like, okay.
But wait,
Okay.
Tarrasque
All
always
right.
follows the sun. Wouldn't it just keep going in circles?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why he told it to sleep
Point.
last time. He's just like, wait, just go to sleep. Because I was like, it's about to be a sunrise and it's gonna head in the east. So it depends on what happens in some ways. Last time there was a different element that you guys don't have for this time, so
Oops.
that's okay.
Yeah, the discussion that we had last time, I think, was convincing it to walk west, even though the sun is not over there, because it's gonna be like, but why? It'd be like, we can catch it if we go this way. It's like,
You're trying to teach it. You're trying to explain strategy to it,
yeah,
and
and it doesn't understand, and that's okay. It is the greatest beast,
okay.
as it self-proclaimed itself. It is the greatest beast.
I'm
of all the
awesome. I'm gonna eat the sun,
plains.
and it's gonna taste like blueberries.
I think the words that came out of its mouth are, "I don't care. I'm the greatest beast in all the plains.
I'm the strongest.
I am the strongest beast in all the plains." From its mouth, by the way, that is what it said to me when it was the size of a small French bulldog.
Birdman,
It said, "Hell yes, I am the strongest." beast in
do
all the
you
plains."
want to do anything with the crowd of distant watchers
I
before
mean,
you go?
other than warn them that like this bitch literally is about to get up and walk. I
Okay.
don't know what else I can do.
I think
except
that I
flip
think
them
that's a
off.
key thing to say. I think that's a key thing to say.
Do I tell
You
these
know?
words? Absolutely not. Everybody in this general vicinity will die.
Everyone's just gonna die.
Oh
I'm gonna
shit!
just let everyone die.
You
I
see
do have a
that?
negative. I do have a negative sanity score now. That is a justifiable option. To be honest with you.
Okay. I
I think
would.
Birdman's more characteristic to be like, even if it is as unhinged as possible, I think it's still like, hey, y'all have like 2 hours before this bitch gets up and starts walking.
You see
And
this?
they're
I'm
like,
good.
and they're just like, oh, yeah, how do you know? And I'm like, oh, because I'm gonna walk out of this bitch and it's gonna follow me. Like,
That's funny.
I'm leaving this motherfucker.
You
And
see
it's
this?
coming with me.
You see the throat? Yeah, if you're in the throat, you're gonna be in its throat. So you might want to scooch.
I was also thinking about the logistics of creating a house inside of it, so I'm wondering if I make it eat our apartment, will it survive?
Okay, listen.
Uh,
That's some One Piece shit right there. That is absolutely some One Piece shit.
So, like, the first thing I'm like, hey, by the way, this rampant destruction begins with the
okay,
destruction of my old life.
Birdman, get 2 inspiration points
Yes.
for making me laugh out loud.
I would like to. That gives me
Nevertheless.
5. That means I could literally just make it happen. Like, it just eats the apartment. And the building is just lodged in its stomach. And I'm just like, yeah, dude, I live this.
It just finds it in its like second duodenum in its lower intestine. It just lodges itself, and that's where you live.
I live on the inside of it.
I love it.
'Cause I'm like, I could walk around in it, you know, I could like get up in its blood cells and drink up all of its spinal fluid and do like weird stuff, but it's way funnier if I actually have like a building inside of it where I'm like, yeah, dude, this is my house.
Okay, once you announce it and it rises up, it turns, rather abruptly, and this creature is not slow by any means. In one turn with legendary actions, it can move 200 feet. So, I guess not slow by any means. For things, but it starts to stomp its way through the city towards your apartment. And you see it kind of walk away from you, and there's like the tip of its tail, like almost too far away from you, like to lead you to like jump on it, so you can like ride about on its back before it gets away. And you are stopped by a little Mustelli man, weasel folk.
Oh no.
And he looking at my notes. You know and recognize this weasel man to be probably one of the few leaders left of the Sixth House. Underneath the Binder Lord who was slain by this point a few sessions ago, but it really was only like a day or so ago in game. And he watches as the beast clears the way, and he looks over at you, and he gives you this like salute with this sword in his hand to his chest. And there is a homage that I pay with this imagery to Lance's character Darvin, who did this to the characters before they all fought the final boss and things like that. But nevertheless, Birdman, you generally get the impression that as long as the Trask doesn't turn around and start myrtleizing everyone, knock on wood. You generally are getting the impression, like Birdman, no matter what happens to Birdman by this point, as long as he follows through with what he said, and he's promised this already, and like he's following through, like the Animaesus of these lands will treat you as a saint in the simplest terms.
Oh, that's funny you say that because I was literally just thinking like this Deadpool ass moment. This like homage to Lance's character. You see him in the background, and it's just like a flashback of the last time it happened, and this cool thing. And then you see Birdman just like, what the fuck is this guy looking at people? like, like, hi. I fucking guess
like yeah,
Move along
exactly.
there,
I love
bro.
it.
Move
I,
along.
I love it.
I'm not fucking Animaeus. Like, I don't understand this concept. Completely oblivious to these facts that you're giving me right now. Player wise,
And
super sick.
Yeah.
Character wise, no fucking
well, I
idea
would
what's
like
going
to
on.
add to that, like he's like, "What the fuck?" And then the tail flips out towards you from the tarrasque, like, and it's like 20, 30 feet, the last tippity tip of it before it walks away, and the skin quilt reaches up and grabs you, and you just get yoinked and go
Yeah.
away from him, and he's just like, "Did he salute me back?" Is all Ghosh is thinking. He didn't salute me back? Oh my
Like, I fucking literally don't. I'm like getting ready to like comprehend it, like scratching my head, like, how do I like? And then the skin quilt just flies me across, and like, oh shit. Player concept,
Oh.
great. Love the narration. Character, don't. I have no idea what the fuck's going on.
What the fuck are you on? Are you trying to die?
What the fuck is this guy doing? Yeah.
No, Ghosh was 100%. He's like one of Darwin's like descendants, and I love it. And then, like a similar thing happened all the time in the previous Animaesus, where like Darwin, Lance made him to be this like serious, like I'm devout Animaesus, and then they turn to one of the other characters and they'd be like, "What?" Uh,
Yeah.
or there would go we would zoom into I forget his Hunter's previous character, the goblin who would just be
Oh
like,
yeah.
I'm gonna murder you or something.
Yeah,
It was just
yeah.
be like, okay.
You are a
um
saint. I smell like shit.
I
I know that that's
as
true.
you I would like to add another layer to this. I think one of the things that you were confused about, maybe, is like
Mhm.
as he came to salute you, you were like, the truss is moving, you're paying attention to that. There's lots going on. There's all these other eyes and going around, and then they're like kind of like a subtle layer of like maybe like the air being shifted around you because of the tarrasque waking up almost. Not really like wind, it just seems like part of that. And like you shifting in your gear around you, like coming from inside your bag, you hear the whisper of a voice that sounds like the puppet master. That's all. It's just a whisper. You can't like pinpoint it just yet.
What the
But
fuck?
your mask is calling to you.
Oh god. Okay. I open up the briefcase. Like I imagine I like find like a
Once
gun
you
that I
open
can
the
kill.
briefcase, because it's a bag of holding, right?
Yeah.
Equivalent. Like once you open the briefcase, it's no longer a whisper, and it's a voice basically saying that I can help you. Put me on. You're
I'd rather
missing.
not.
You're missing out on so much.
You don't even almost kill me, right?
But I'm not gonna kill you now.
Yeah, but you could.
No, not now. It's not worth it now.
What'd you do to the other guy who had you on? You turned him into a madman.
Uh,
Turned him into a dude trying to make a bunch of other dudes into puppets.
mm-hmm.
That dude was gonna put strings on me and make me dance around in front of everyone.
No, you're not gonna wear strings.
Are you telling me I'm not gonna wear strings because you're not gonna kill me, or because you are gonna kill me? I don't trust you. I don't like you.
I'm not going to kill you.
I don't like you. And
You will
my
kill
friend doesn't like you either.
yourself by the actions you make.
You know that I have all the power. I could just throw you into a vat of stomach acid and never see you again.
But you will see me again.
Wait, that's. Are you saying I'll see you again, because if I throw you in the vat of acid, I'm actually technically the vat of acid, which means I'm then seeing you again. This is making
Yes.
no sense. Wait, but if the acid is me, and I throw you in the acid, does that mean I'm
Oh,
putting you on?
if you're the acid, yeah.
Oh, how about I leave you in this briefcase, and we can talk tomorrow?
No,
You
it's
sleep?
so quiet in here. No,
That's the
come
point.
on. But at least, like, put me around your neck.
No. Why would I
And I
do
can't,
that?
because then I can see everything.
I don't care if you see anything. You're a mask. You're not supposed to see it. You're not supposed. You don't have eyes.
But what do you do? I must have something, right?
How do I keep making friends like you? How do I keep fighting these things?
This is because you've been chosen.
What the fuck?
You have a mark of shock upon you,
Yeah.
and that mark gives access to others to change their position because you have become that. You are almost a key master.
Are you saying if key master? I don't like that. Are you saying that if I put you on, are you gonna make me want to put strings on other people?
Only if you really want to.
Okay, so you're not making your case any better here, bro.
I am trying to be as honest with you as possible.
That's good, and I appreciate that because I was a lawyer, and criminals have to be.
See, I know these things about you, but I can help you find out your true name.
I
I can help you
don't want
find
to
out
know
your
my true
past.
name.
Oh, I can help you make sure people don't take the shadow of the beast to where you don't want it to be, wherever that is.
You can't take me.
Hey, I don't want to take you. You have to put me on.
I make the rules, bro. I'm
Well,
the
some
shadow
of
of the
yeah,
beast,
exactly. You have to choose to put me on.
and I choose for you to shut up when I close the briefcase. Like, maybe one day, consider this. Maybe one day I'll put you on a stick, and we can talk about it.
Oh, what in the world?
Like a little puppet. Like, I'm just imagining, like, I don't know why, but I'm only imagining like that Jeff Dunham puppet that is just a jalapeno.
Yeah, Jose and the jalapeno on a stick.
Oh yeah, dude, it's just the mask on a stick.
I would like you to roll an insight or Arcana check.
I just want to. I'm just imagining this conversation. Like, okay, he gets flipped by the tail, and while the skin quill is like climbing up the spine of the tail, he's having this conversation, and then he either goes to the head of the tarrasque and sits there, or he goes inside the tarrasque to go into his house, crawls through the window, and is
Yes.
facing the room.
Yes, dude. I
That's
just hang
funny.
it on the door. That dude, that's what I can do.
Eros,
I can just hang it on the
let
front
us
door.
get one inspiration point.
Yes, dude.
Okay. Well,
It's the
I've spent
fucking
four.
the
I've
insight
spent four. I've
check
spent four
lets
inspiration
you.
to
The
maintain.
insight check lets you recognize the voice that indeed this voice that's talking to you now. You are able to discern that before you open the bag, your briefcase that is, like the whispers were plural, like multiple voices. Once you open the bag, it was this singular voice that was speaking to you, and your insight will you're pretty sure that that is whoever the person was that you killed in the bathroom. That
Oh,
was the previous like puppet master. Like he's talking to you
oh.
as the voice of the mask right now. Um so.
So like, did
But
you?
other voices could talk to you is what you get the impression. Like he's
Oh
just one
God.
of the ones. His death trapped him in the mask.
Oh,
Dropped his
good.
soul in the mask, so he's like there in the mask. But you get the impression there are other souls in the mask, probably too.
Jeremiah situation.
Probably the dudes that he freaking killed to get the mask.
Yeah,
It's a fucking weapon bearer bullshit.
Dude,
but it might be helpful information if you need it. So
it could a bunch of fae
you know,
information.
but you are smart enough by this point to know, with that plus 15 to your insight, that asking Faye comes with consequences.
Yeah,
So
it's gonna make me put it on, and then I'm gonna go on like a 4-day bender, and then come back and just be like, "Oh shit, I
see,
don't know what
this
I
is my
did."
roundabout way of saying, do we get Birdman to make the promise of the right of surprise or whatever it is?
Oh my
from-
god, no! Did I inherit a child?
You
That was
inherit
literally
you inherit a Faye's child
the
that you
fuck.
have to raise.
It's like a tiefling just appears in my
Um,
presence. It's like, who are you? I'm Birdman. I think I'm your dad now.
I feel
Cool.
sorry for you.
I wouldn't.
So as Birdman's processing all of this stuff, as he begins to basically get trailed by the tarrasques through the city, about near the exit of the throat, after the tarrasque has pretty much destroyed the outlining houses and streets with its tail just swapping back and forth, grating against the ground, like a spiked like barbed wire, you know. And then, its stomp is wide, its gait is much more haphazard than even the street allows. And this street is wide. It accommodates many. It's 200 some odd feet, like, and he's just destroying things as he kind of goes through. And most, the city is predominantly abandoned, but there's still like a sparse grouping of, like, I'd imagine, vermin and rats and things. Any birds or whatnot you don't see anymore because they've all kind of been grounded, and most birds, that's a death sentence is what
Oh,
has
I
happened.
totally forgot that every bird that
Yep.
in
Yeah.
the
Mile
vicinity
radius.
just instantly die.
Yeah.
What?
Just-
Oh,
they're
Instantly.
grounded, but most of them,
instantly dead.
yeah,
If
most
you're
of them,
flying
yeah.
and suddenly you are no longer flying, you
You
are
just
dead.
see
as
out in
fuck.
the distance like a V formation of birds just hit
Just-
the barrier and just
Oh.
drop.
Like, where did Birdman go? Follow the trail of dead.
Follow
Yep,
the
yep.
trail of dead birds.
Oh my god.
But about when you get to the wall, which is going to have to be broken through, is a. I kind of get the impression it's like the beast picks up part of your senses for a moment, like picks up on part of your knowledge of something, and that's why it stops. Is because you're connected to it in the moment, and it kind of has a reason to hesitate instead of just plow on through. And standing, not in a way to block, it kind of seems like they're standing in such a way to escort, um, are a good number of what is left of the first house and the wolves, and a good number of what is left of the sixth house, the militia of Mustellan and other weaselkin predominantly that existed through them. And there's a few kind of battle screams from the Animaesus, and then a couple more like very tribal sounding horns that get blown from the Lupin themselves of the first house. Birdman, there is most of them kind of trail away. and there's a sense, that's intimidation and that sense of like, fuck, this thing is actually coming towards us. But there are a sparse number, even as you get closer and closer, that stand there and wait. And I'm gonna bring us to a new map.
New map.
New boobs.
I imagine I'm just sitting on top of its head, like, bro, what the fuck?
That's exactly where I put you.
Yeah. I'm like, what the hell, man?
But it's kind of like your senses connected with its senses and sort of vice versa. And the thing has a tremor sense and blind sight out to 180 feet.
Oh my god.
So it's pretty much what this is right here.
Insane.
It's kind of like what this is. It kind of where that line is of where they stopped is kind of what it picked up on. Stopped at the edge of its tremor sense and whatnot as it feeds into those things. And you see Crawl, the primordial wolf in that was brought in from the north from the other Lupin lords, Narend and Aragosh, who are cousins to the former First House Binder Lord, who is one of the 50 lords himself, Iberian, who is the father to Killian.
Who I assume is all here standing in a line.
Yeah, I forgot to drop Killian, so I'm gonna drop Killian.
Good.
Oh
no. I think this will be the first time I've seen Killian in literal months.
For us,
but they are with a few others. Ghost is among them, the one who just saluted you. But
He's fast.
Damn, he's fast.
He is a rat.
True.
To be fair.
He has a couple of teleports he can do too, but you've seen this man a few times. I'm bringing him in mostly because I can, but and I was like, you guys are gonna see him yet before. But he's a member of Veer's council. He was for a time. But he is actually the one that steps forward before anyone else, and he yells out, and it's that like distant echo because you're high up and far away at the same time, like a couple 100 feet, so it's like you kind of hear what he's saying, but it's kind of drenched from just like the expanse of the whole situation in and of itself, let alone the people that are probably around him murmuring and adding to kind of the muffled nature of the noise. But something to the effect, he yells out to the idea of there needs to be a recompense for those that were taken in these actions. And Mr. Gillisbrand, Birdman, our Shadow of the Beast, leaving the city in such a state, there must be something else. This beast must be given in some capacity to the gods and to ourselves. If not it, something you have or possess, it is... We have lost so much. And now we will lose everything that has made us what we are.
Alright, who's gonna tell this guy the only thing I have to offer him is a mask that may or may not be possessed by many fae?
Many fae. Bro is really not out here trying to be like, hey, we deserve something for all this.
Taking our beast. What do you mean your beast, bro?
It's like, this is all
Um,
your
I'm
fault.
really about. I do have a negative sanity, bro. I feel like I am about to have the most reasonable crash out of the whole campaign right now.
It's like, you are
Like,
not fucking serious. I
yeah,
asked you people
I
so many times
literally probably
for
just
peace.
jumped down. I'm like, are you fucking like, are we blind, bro? Like, I must be insane.
Like,
Like,
you
we're not gonna talk about how everybody took everything away from me to make this happen, and here we are. You're asking me to dig
I
more
was
shit
almost imprisoned. You motherfuckers for crimes I did not do.
I like to think how Lust's voice is like like echoes from the skin quilt, like murmuring out from behind him.
Fuck is happening?
Wait, the skin quilt has
Get up,
gained vocal
is
cords.
The skin quilt now has vocal cords.
The skin quilt is talking shit on behalf of me. I'm like, what the? Well, I did not say that. It's like,
The skin quilt is like barking out these inner thoughts, and
it's
you're
like
just sitting there
Venom.
quietly, like
It's literally doing the Venom thing. It's barking out the intrusive thoughts.
We have been here trying to fix shit, and all of you keep fucking it up. Are you kidding me? What the fuck? And now you're asking for a recompense?
It's doing the Doctor Strange thing, like it's just like spread out, and just like the flaps on the inside are just like screaming out like speakers, just like I'm boomboxing the whole city right now. Like, bro, that yeah, what my skin quilt said. Yeah, you know I can just kill you, right? Not to be
Yeah.
that guy. I don't want to be that guy. But I could just walk over you all. Like,
Turn
is this
all of
not
you
what we...
into soup right now, and you
Okay.
would be delicious.
Calm down, Skin Quilt. Chill.
I'm sorry.
Relax.
In your mind's eye, you hear the tarrasque. So, do I eat him?
Like that it has the same voice that, like, I'm never gonna ever not hear its voice from the Feywild. Like, we're so connected now that the only voice I'm ever gonna hear it is that when he's like, I am the most powerful beast in all of the plains. Like, that's his freaking voice to me, dude. I am the greatest beast to ever walk this earth and all of the earths and
Just
every
imagine if
universe
you
in
went to
reality.
Asgard. If you went to
Yes.
Asgard, man, it would have been hilarious. Uh,
I am the great. He's like talking shit to every god up there. I am the greatest beast. Gets freaking hit by something, kills a dude. I told you, I am the greatest beast in all of the realms.
He kills Zeus before he's born.
Like, brother,
Oh
what the
goodness.
fuck?
Uh, there's obviously nervous shifting and murmuring from the extra yells that they're not sure are coming from you, the Tarrasque, or somewhat other specter, to be sure.
All three.
You know what?
Um,
I'm gonna play with fate. Okay, Seth. Uh, if the dice agree with you, no one will crash out. If the dice doesn't, well, high or low.
The most reasonable crash out of all time.
I got 4 inspiration. I'm ready to spend it. High or low, Seth.
Only one.
yeah, go for it.
Dude, it's only one primordial. Surely the Tarrasque can take one primordial and a bunch of wolves, no?
That's the point here.
I watched it literally spear a man to death when it was yay big.
This is me slowly seeing if the Tarrasque breaks it. Yeah. Nevertheless. Okay. High or low?
Which one
Am I
is it?
rolling? Are you rolling?
No, I'll roll. You have to decide.
Oh.
We're seeing if the dice agree with you.
We're turning your game against you. That's what it sounds like.
Exactly.
Level 20 campaign.
So high would be
No.
high stakes.
High would be if you
Yeah, you're in
you
the
say
hot
high or low, and if the dice agree with you, no one crashes out. If they don't agree with you, if you say high, it goes low, or vice versa. Someone's crashing out.
Someone's rolling initiative, is what I'm saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll probably be me. Just fist fighting a guy in the middle of the street.
Okay. All right. I'll say hi.
Well,
Oh shit.
I spend 4
Oh.
inspiration. Someone in that crowd crashes out.
Somebody in the crowd just throws a Molotov.
Someone throws a fucking chair.
Wow.
Boondocks the shit. Someone throws a steel chair. Everyone freaks out.
At this point, I'm just gonna tell the tarrasque to do the roar. Like, no, we will not move out of the way. All right, that's it. Do the roar.
Do that thing where you make everyone piss themselves.
Yeah, and then everybody's like, "Okay, we're sorry."
Okay.
What the hell?
We yeah, okay. We have been promised, and you have taken it.
The fuck?
The fuck?
You have taken the beast. You have summoned the tsunamis.
What?
You have made the earth tremble, and still you will not allow it to release again.
Yo,
wanted
are you
the shit?
retarded?
You wanted the shit?
The second expulsion has been denied by you.
Oh, okay. Hang on. I understand. I understand what they want now.
Masinifex was supposed to bring it into his existence, and you slew him
I didn't kill him.
like nothing. If
I
not
didn't kill him.
you, then who?
I don't know. Well, what do you mean?
We
What do you mean the second expulsion? Wait, it threw up earlier. What are you talking about?
and you saved none of it for us.
It's all on the ground over there.
We is now dry and desolate, unusable, unsanctified.
Yo,
We need fresh flesh.
yo, what? Do you want him to like turn around and shit on you? Were you fucking idiots?
Okay.
No. Spinal fluid. A piece of the heart.
What?
Its spleen. A precious substance must be given in order for you to pass.
Yo, I'm gonna stab this guy. I'm gonna stab him. I'm
Okay.
gonna choke him. Yeah, do it. Let me do it. Let me at him.
No. It's like I feel like it's like slowly moving me. Like, oh, let me at him.
You're like now like on the nostril area. All of a sudden,
It's literally like I just do every time I imagine because these horns are huge. I imagine, right? I just every time I just see the skin coat like grabbing both horns, just like pulling me back. Like all I gotta do is just launch this man.
I can do it. I can get the distance. I can turn to a glider. Right on top of him.
Do not hold. Hold. We can talk about this. Yeah. What do you want, man?
they look at each other dumbfounded. One of the other guy yells, "We just told you what we wanted.
Well, yeah, but like,
We
you want...
need preciousness. We need the flesh of its inner thigh. We need the spinal fluid, its eyeball,
Okay,
a section of its heart."
Okay, I can't give you his eyeball. I might be able to give you a grub worm that's in the lung.
They talk
Want
to each
that?
other. We need at least 30 grub worms.
Okay, that actually might be easy.
Not the small ones either. The ones as big as you.
Oh. I don't even know if I can. I barely took one of those things, by the way.
The tarrasque again goes in your head. So, can I eat him now?
No. Is there a way that you can possibly throw up 30 grub worms?
I don't know.
Is there a
I've
way
never
to
tried.
possibly
Do you-
piss out?
Do you got a gag
Someone?
reflex? Let's gag him. Gag reflex him.
I don't want you to gag me.
There are too many voices in my head.
Oh,
I feel like I should be the only one in here.
goodness.
This is like some Haru shit. Literally, like this is fucked up. I played Bowser. I played to win. I picked Bowser. I played to win.
Well, if someone didn't shoot the Haru who could read.
The tarrasque is going to.
Okay. Can I slice like? Can I give them like a tooth? Like I'm like something. I don't know, bro. I don't know what to give them.
The tarrasque vomits something.
Oh.
Um, it's a looks like an Umber Hulk. There's
Damn.
a rot grub on it, and he's just like, and then it's like, well, there's one.
That's
How
all I
many
got for you is
times? How many
one.
times is 30?
A lot. A lot more than that.
Oh, I don't want to do it more than that. That was weird.
Yeah.
I want to eat. I want to eat it.
Okay,
Can I
you
just
can't-
eat them?
You cannot eat them.
But
That
they're
would
so
defeat-
small.
Yeah, I know.
That means I'd have to eat like all of them just to feel like I ate one of them.
Yeah, but I mean, you know.
You better be satisfied with this, because that's all you're getting, motherfucker.
Okay. I'm sorry. My skin cult recently developed a voice of its own. I did not control this. I did go to the Feywild. Weird shit happened. I'm really sorry about this.
I am the inner thought. I am the inner conscience. Respect me. Respect the streets.
This is the Birdman I was missing. Yes, okay. I understand the part of me that disappeared into the ether now.
All right. Well, I'm hungry. The tarrasque
Okay.
starts to move forward.
All right. Guys, it's gonna eat you if you don't move out of the way. I got one rock grub. I don't know what you want me to expel other than piss or shit or vomit. I mean, I can't just go in and get you spinal fluid. That shit is dangerous. It's not for human consumption.
Yeah, it's all Oz. Only we can
Okay.
drink it.
Okay, while that is true, it is not ours. But yeah, I think I am the only person who can drink it and probably live. So So unless you want to end up looking like me, and he like gestures at himself. I would recommend
You don't
it.
really hear what happens, but you see a big group of them kind of shift
Oh fuck! Oh shit! Oh fuck! Oh shit!
You're like, nope.
over, and they kind of leave those three in the center.
Yeah.
And they're just
I'm glad
like,
that everybody has come to this consensus that these three are insane for what they're doing right now.
and there's a general just like, they were just trying to put 3 and 2 together. And this guy, he walks up to this guy and he kind of mentions towards them, and they are going to go off to the side. But Birdman, I will give you advantage because you have connections with the tarrasque that allow, I think, extra perception. But I would like a perception. No, an insight check.
Pencil insight with advantage. Okay.
Let's go.
I like.
Passing, I'm like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. God damn it.
You get to hear, and they're waiting off on the side, and they're getting out of the way of the legs and whatnot. I'm just not gonna move them all right now. But they're getting out of the way, and the tarrasque stops just for the briefest moment here. And like the nat 20 is like it stopping and it locks eyes with the three that were demanding flesh of it. And you're able to take a moment and kind of take in what the tarrasque is kind of taking in from that idea. And you hear yet again the voice of the tarrasque. Are you sure I can't eat them?
Okay, those ones, I would not be mad if you ate them. I don't know if it's a good idea, though. Just like...
Yeah, that's right, bitches. I'll fuck your mother too. Get the fuck
Okay.
out of my.
Who do we got it handled on this front?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's eat
The nat
them.
20, I will say, is part of that. But I would like another check. Where
If
is
we're
it?
eating anybody, though, those dudes will definitely be the first three to go. I think I can pass this
I
up
would
confidently on that
like
one.
a charisma check
Oh, God.
of your choice versus a wisdom check of the tarrasque.
Okay. What? I mean, I would like to lie to it, but I don't think that's possible.
Gotta get a 16.
Well, I could probably easily get a 16 if I just lie to it. Sure, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You basically could not fail that.
Yeah, no. No.
Okay. So you're able to convince the tarrasque to not eat the people. And kind of continue on its way.
It probably tastes
And
terrible.
yes. But you get I think another layer of the insight thing is um two things. Two, like I think the nat 20, yeah, 30, okay, nat 20 and also 30. Okay, yeah. Two big things. One three things, I guess. First thing is the layer of the Animaesus here. It kind of continues the idea that Ghost brought these people out here to witness what you did.
Right.
Did you turn it into a tyrannical monster, or did you find another way? So there's kind of that
Oh,
layer.
they were fucking rage baiting me. You sons of bitches.
Yes.
You
Um,
fuckers.
and the other kind of layer to that aspect, um, Hibern and Crawl and whatnot, the primordial here, there's the only other word I can think of is primordial, but there's like a primordial connection that happens here. Like it's something you notice that the Tarrasque doesn't pick up on at all, I think, in some ways. But Crawl is like, how do I word this? When the alpha presents themselves and the pack member bows, that's kind of what's happening with the wolves right now. Is they're kind of like, whether that's you or the Tarrasque or Crawl himself, it's not quite clear. Most of the wolves are probably interpreting it as Crawl, but there's a sense that Crawl is himself like bowing to the Tarrasque as like a submission kind of thing going on.
Me and the Robo Dog are having a stare off, and I just like flinch at it, just like bitch. Bitch.
um, and then before you walk out of this scene, you look back behind you, and I think the other layer to that nat 20 is this is not the last time you will see these three. The idiots, as you claim them to be. They will find another means to take advantage. You would be pretty positive if that, in essence. But in the opposite spectrum to these things, unless unless you do something else with the narrative with the first or the sixth house, because you have led the Tarrasque through this gate, if you will. What would have happened without Birdman here would have been a slaughter, an utter slaughter. The Tarrasque would have pounded through, and they would have tried to stop the Tarrasque. And this paladin had 100%. These group of paladins had 100% convinced these people to come and attempt to take one final thing. And what another layer to this scene is, you see in the distance a bird flying away at full speed, realizing his plan has been completely thwarted, as Lassie, the wizard from the 11th house, his opportunity that he has planned for weeks to align to take the Tarrasque one more time.
He's
He's trying to no, not flying. Thank you. He's running through this. He's running through the city streets, and you're seeing, in the distance, you see running past him, Clom and Alucard trying to catch up to him as they see him revealed here, taking opportunity. And there's in the distance while you're walking away, I like to narrate the scene of Alucard, the warlock of the Fae, and Bard, with Clom, this very powerful dragonborn catalyst warrior, chasing down a bird that can't fly away until he gets a mile away from the thing, to corner him into an alleyway, and then have a wizard versus them finally take out the last of Lassie, for how many he's slain from the 10th, 9th, and 8th house throughout.
The alley and the last thing. Wait, okay.
So what would have happened?
Circle,
yeah, what would have happened is there could have been an opportunity. He had some pretty powerful magic. There could have been an opportunity for him to do something to thwart your connection with the beast, because of just the magic he would have been able to use against the creature, as well as the paladins and stuff here, that just how much damage they could have done, for things. They would have inevitably lost. I did the math, just because this Tarrasque is insane. They would have inevitably lost, but that's kind of the other layer to those things, is like you guys would have lost a huge chunk of your defense against the dwarves, if the Storm of Vengeance is going to slow them down, but it's not going to kill them all. So
we have the ultimate force against the dwarves now.
Yeah, well, in a way, yeah. But there's also the aspect: can you control it?
No, I mean, but if it goes apeshit on some dwarves, we don't care.
But nevertheless, the beast passes through the
Yeah, I'd like to say
get the name of the gate.
Circle. The first thing we probably saw when we walked into the city was somebody getting murked into an alley, and then the last thing I'll ever see of is somebody getting murked in an alley.
The beast passes through the spillway, crashing through what's left of the dilapidated kind of tent system that makes up that porous district outside the city of Salt. And there is in the distance, on the other side of the city, while this is happening, while you're trailing through the city, and there's gas and claps and even some weird hoorays and screams because the Tarrasque is finally leaving, and maybe it's signifying it's over. It kind of stops abruptly, and even the Tarrasque just its head just swoops around, as there's these very loud, burly kind of bellows that encompass the entire it's almost like they suck oxygen out of the air. These horns that just multiple, dozens, just, and then they rise to hundreds. It sounds like, of these horns that just, echo from the eastern kind of gates of the city. And I'm going to put a couple tokens on the map to kind of represent that. But
Oh shit! I was about to have a baller idea, and then this fucking happened. Or
the beast turns around. You know, if you weren't on the skin quilt and its kind of elastic nature, Birdman, you might have been thrown from the head of the beast with how quickly it just to like get taken in by the noise of these horns. And Birdman, you can recognize easily with your passive perception what this is. You saw this, a few days ago when you left the city, and whatnot, with Tenebris and other things that had kind of happened. But the army, if you will, of centaurs begin to, you know, herd through the city. Uh, there are thousands of them that just go through, and if anything was still alive in the city, it by the sound of it, they are clearing the grass, if you will. Like they're cutting through whatever is left, and claiming into the city. You hear the wolves bark and growl amongst themselves in their native tongue, and then Highbearn echoes out of Crawl, something to the effect in Sylvan of, well, we cannot let this stand, brothers. And he calls to arms what wolves remain. And Gauche is soon behind him, egging on the Putori Mustelin from the sixth house that remain, and a smaller but still sizable contingent of Animaesus. I'm gonna signify them by these. I need to put him on a different layer. By the wolf tokens here for now. They start to trail through and around fearlessly, through the legs of the beast to kind of go into the city and claim what is theirs. Like there is a old kind of fight between the centaurs that I can reiterate here. That when the city was originally started, within the first 100 years, there were many wars with the centaurs because of the claim of territory. That this has always been, by the centaur perspective, their land that was taken. It was technically owned by the Testadine, but the Testadine were subterranean, so there was not as much issue with the stuff by that point. But nevertheless, at the kind of sprawled but in the crowd of centaur that are howling and hooting and blowing horns throughout the city as they trail through, you see a few dozen um, creatures. Dinosaurs would be the easiest description to give them. That have Animaesus and other humanoid looking, mostly squamata probably, and lizard folk, riders that are kind of trailing them through the city. One of them, Birdman, maybe, yeah, your passive perception is pretty ridiculous, but one of them is astride, is Strassa, who
Dickhead.
Tenebris has fought a few times, twice already by this point. The fight between these two is quickly joined just outside the prime gate. And there is very soon thereafter, there's kind of a break in the fight as a couple key characters kind of join in. Uh, One being Mel kind of rises from the Undercity and kind of takes a kind of flanking maneuver upon the centaurs.
The fucking horde of undead awakens.
With a horde of undead, yeah. And then another though is the paladins whom I aforementioned that you engaged with. When they join the fight, they join on the side of the centaurs, and
God.
they take out quite a few, and it basically is it turns into like Killian and his father like fighting them to like, and they like lose a lot of Killian and his father's might to help against the centaurs because they get distracted by the paladins. And yeah, it turns into a clusterfuck. That is a literal like there is blood, there are people dying. Birdman, the tarrasque is only here because you are stopping, because you are breathing, because you have a moment to think about this. You 100% know with that nat 20 from your insight that if you were not here, if you chose to go south, the tarrasque would turn around right now and it would turn into a glorious bloodbath that it would enjoy very much.
You know what, dude? Sure. He looks and he's just sitting there watching all of these people that now apparently respect him. He doesn't know they respect him. But he just like turns around and he says, "You know what? You hungry?"
It nods its head.
Right. Yeah, fuck him in the asshole. Only the centaurs. Only the centaurs and the dinosaurs, and then we'll talk about lizards later.
Wait, we're not gonna
Only the
not the wolves?
No
Nope.
wolves.
Just horse people. Horse
Just
people.
horse people.
I love it. All right, I love it. Okay, so the tarrasque turns around, is what I'm hearing, and it starts heading its way towards the centaurs. There are
Yeah, they
more.
got fucking horns. Guess what, bro? I got horns too.
There
I
are
just
more.
freaking
Yeah, there are reactions and echoes from this, but there's a on it there an underlying like I think howl from the Lupin as they realize that you're coming to aid them in what they are obviously outnumbered upon.
I think I make it roar. I tell it to do the roar.
Yeah, and you roar, and it trails through another part of the city, destroying those things, running towards the centaurs. Them jumping, dodging, and weaving. Swaths of them just like getting stomped upon, uh, bitten, ripped apart. You see Crawl jumping from rooftop to rooftop in a similar fashion, but just much more spry than the Tarrasque, circling around and through the Tarrasque to kind of aid any that are trying to get past it. Other wolves climbing up its arms, on its shoulders, howling and throwing spears and javelins down at other centaurs who are trying desperately to aim upwards in the process, but the Tarrasque enormity is just adding to like a layer of cover to them and kind of protecting them from most of the onslaught. This allows for Mel to kind of pinch off a good chunk of the kind of centaur army, and kind of they get like separated from the rest, and she adds to her own in the death of the centaurs and the death of the others as they continue to rise up in the process around the city. And for a moment, it seems like you guys are turning the tide, and then there's a weird break in the underground of the city, and there is a shift, and Mel is immediately telling her people to retreat as a army of Umber Hulks.
What the fuck is going
Hundreds come from the depths and attack centaurs and Animaesus alike. Don't indiscriminate.
And bugs. You can kill the bugs too.
Bugs, yes. Mustelin, the like. They ignore the Tarrasque completely and walk around it and just go through anything that's around the Tarrasque. So it turns into this weird thing where people aren't sure if it's the Tarrasque is on, whose side the Tarrasque is on, because everything is, the only things that are alive are those in the Tarrasque by that point. And there are sparse little pockets of life left of centaurs and lupin, but the vast majority, it turns into verifiable hours of death go around. We're not going to role play and do a lot of rolls because that's a lot of people dying. But Birdman, you only survive because you're with the tarrasque. You generally get the impression.
I'd like to think
like-
that the skin quilt has turned into a chair.
Yeah,
It's sitting on top of it. Like, yeah.
you're watching like HBO, just like
Yeah.
But the in the process, there are opportunities for Birdman to narrate and or spend some inspiration points to do something throughout this. One being one I already mentioned. If you want to help anything towards Alucard finally killing Lassie, two, do you aid in saving Ghost, or it Ghost and Ibern and any of the other named wolves, Aragrash or Narend, they, without your aid with the process of what will happen with this, they will not survive.
Oh. Well, yeah. I help all my wolf buddies. I help all the Animaesus that I can, except for the ones riding dinosaurs. Those ones are fucking toast.
Okay. So, I picture Gauche, it's kind of a thing with the centaurs. Ibern, it's a group of Umber Hulks get around him, and he's already been damaged with Crawl. Aragash is grappled in a net by a group of the centaurs, and yours some help breaking him out with Naren kind of nearby. But most of the Lupin die. Like, it's going to be the classic, the named characters might survive because they're that cool. But you are going to roll me a dexterity save, sir.
Oh, shit.
To represent your general survivability, if you will, of this. As
I'm gonna spend the inspiration that I do have, because I spent 4 on reacquiring my house.
Mm-hmm.
So I have
yeah.
1 left over. So I will spend 1 for advantage. But I just think it's probably just me hopping off the tarrasque every once in a while, and then just like, oh no, I'm pinned, and then all of a sudden this creepy like black figure. Because I imagine that the skin quilt goes over my face, kind of like a bird mask. Like, so it's just like a gas mask plague doctor outfit. So it's just like this plague doctor just jumps in front of it and just like with the arrows, like I'm shooting arrows and
What up,
stabbing stuff.
motherfucker?
Just like spikes all over my body and shit from the skin quilt, and just like it'll come
I'll
up
make
and
soup out of you!
this is all in my head. Eddie, what are we doing? Can I eat Mrs. Chen? No,
all right.
not eat Mrs. Chen.
You are able to do so, and you are able to
Every time I see, like when I see Highbeard, when I see him, I'm like, don't ever say I didn't do anything for you. Like every time. And then I get to salute Ghost back after I save his life.
okay, you take 18 psychic damage because of just the stress of the situation. It's really what it is. It would have been worse. But you don't really take any physical damage because you're basically the Tarrasque protects you most of the time, and the Tarrasque has an insane regen. So like nothing really did damage to it if it did damage to it. If that makes sense. But other people, they're taking like encounter damage, if you will, as they deal with the survivability of this. But I imagine the Tarrasque. You witness a few other of the Tarrasque's abilities. In the process. One being, yeah, a good chunk of the city gets destroyed in the process.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that
Well,
happens.
We knew that.
Annihilation
Oh my
burst.
We knew that was gonna happen. It's got a fucking Godzilla bee.
Why was I thinking of that as just a joke in my head? I was literally just thinking, just like 30 minutes ago, like, man, what if the Tarrasque just like breathed a laser beam down the throat?
Bro.
Yep. Yep.
And then it
Yep.
does.
And then it does.
And we're like, oh shit.
Um
I'm like, you didn't tell me you could
and
do
then
that.
I like the imagery of it jumping into a good quantity of the centaurs, and it just does a big
Oh my god.
and just stomps them over the ground. And then at one point, like the centaurs surround him, and they did like they did a crap ton of damage, and it's all these things are going on, and you're just like, "Are you okay, buddy?" And and he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. Watch this."
I am the greatest I am the greatest beast in all of the flames.
And he just like induces himself with adrenaline and
What
like
the fuck?
runs around and destroys them all.
Wait, so
Uh,
he's like killing shit and I'm just on drugs the whole time. I'm just like, you did not tell me you could do this. This is awesome.
Knight is A5.
So yeah. The Tarrasque has some fun. And in the end, it's like it's a while, I imagine, of time that goes by with this combat, if you will. And the sun is eventually going down. And this is like at the same time that like Amu and Pio are having their conversation, so it's like funny. As
So it's
like
literally like, I
uh
trust Birdman wholeheartedly. Cut to me doing drugs and just Devil
letting
May
the
Cry like
letting
Doom
the
Slayer
Tourette's just
fucking
kill thousands of creatures.
yes, watching
Um,
HBO in a chair.
and the sun's going down. Um, and the Tarrasque is stage satisfied, not really full, but like the Tarrasque has had like, you know, it's had fun. To be sure. So it doesn't react, I think, in the same way as like you and those that are still alive that react. But a group of other horns come from the south that
What the
sound very
fuck?
different.
Oh my
And you soon hear from the walls, and Mel barks out something about her power people are already engaged with them, and she needs to head south. There's not as many, okay, because, you know, things happen. But
Oh my god.
a group of gnolls
Dude!
starts to hop over the wall to take advantage of the chaos summoned from their dark gods by all the spilling of blood to satiate themselves.
Hey, don't kill them.
Shit.
Kill them too.
And then just more chaos
Yeah,
ensues
just tell him you can
as
kill those too.
the survivors of the Tarrasque chaos are now greeted by also gnolls that start to chase them down through the city streets. And literally just for chaos's sake, if nothing else. Gnolls have little reason to care other than blood being spilt. Um, and
And the gnolls don't get
Kill-
afraid when the big
Okay.
fucking when Godzilla shows up.
So Birdman, the question is how long do you stay for this? How long do you let
As long as it takes to
the
kill these fucking gnolls, I guess.
Okay, so you're here through the evening. Okay.
Yeah.
So Birdman,
I am letting the tarrasque do the Lord's work.
I would like a sanity save.
Yeah, dude.
I would like also a constitution save.
Shit, man.
Oh my god.
Holy
fitting.
fuck, bro.
That's fitting.
I am losing my goddamn mind.
Birdman, you lose 6 sanity.
I don't
Oh
have
my
shit to
God.
give you. I'm insane, guys. I have a 2. I'm crazy.
Hey, you haven't hit 0. So
The
that's
lowest is 1. The lowest is
Oh
1.
my
okay, you haven't hit
God.
1. So you're fine.
That I think when I see the gnolls, I lose my fucking mind. Just
I
like
I feel like
As you should. As
the
you
world's
should.
most
I feel
reasonable
like
crash out, indeed.
the skin quilt as you've been sitting on it has been like it has like a chessboard in front of it. It like turned itself into a chessboard and it flips itself. From
Uh,
this
Son of a
Birdman,
bitch!
you fucking kidding me.
you from all of the physical drama and whatnot that we could say of today, and the control and bleeding of the tarrasque into your own being, I should say. You gain a level of exhaustion.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll take that.
So, you are
Bro,
you
tomorrow
are you are not
I'm fucking leaving. Tomorrow I'm leaving. I don't care what goes to the city to kill you
okay.
guys. I'm
Well,
over it.
it's like you're in the evening and you've gone through all this and the gnolls are wrapping up and you've taken them out or they've chased them off or whatnot. Most of the most of the centaurs are taken care of by this point. There's a few sparse battles still happening, but they're kind of like between smaller groups and stuff. So the tarrasque is even more full than it was before, and it seems to be content on the whole. And it's evening. It's late. You've lost track of time by this point. Like you've spent an entire day watching blood being spilt, and you've lost track of how many people have died. And there are literally there were thousands of people at the start of this day in this city and around the city, and it's a few hundred maybe now. Like it's not very many, and most of those people by morning after the fights that you see around you happening, after what the gnolls have done, there was something else with the gnolls. You're not sure what was happening, but there was something helping them, directing them, giving them insight to how to cause the most slaughter. They were quite effective. You aren't sure, other than little things you've seen here and there in the distance of clouds of darkness that appear here and there in the city streets.
Fuck, bro.
Nevertheless, around 9 p.m. for player knowledge. For Birdman, it's late. He's tired. He's lost track of it. It's dark. There's no moon. The stars are hidden by kind of wispy clouds for the most part. And it's the first time you've heard things other than roars and screams and quiet. And the tarrasque is kind of just sitting for a moment and just kind of taking it in. And you're doing the same, and in the sky, you see before the tarrasque does. But soon the tarrasque sees, because it is so bright, a shining star, if you will, is like bright light, and it looks big, of course, when you first see it, and as it gets closer, it shrinks in size, and it's coming at such an enormous speed that people within the city begin to react before it's quite obvious that it's just too small to be what they think it is. Like there's some explosion going to come to the city. The gods are going to take out the tarrasque. You hear some people yell. And this light zooms down and then just abruptly stops like 100, 200 or so feet above where the tarrasque is, and it hovers, flies, and it's not affected by the earth effect of the tarrasque at all. And you're able to see it's not Pockets has been with Strassa this entire time. There's this little blinding figure. They are small in size, probably no bigger than Amu, really, 3-4 feet tall. That flies in front of the tarrasque and gets its attention like a cat watching a little, laser pin on the wall. And the tarrasque starts to jog its head back and forth as it dodges back and forth, just completely interested in this thing.
Oh.
And in your mind's eye, you hear the tarrasque's voice go, "The sun's here!
No.
She's early!"
Oh my god, bro.
And
Brandon
the
knows
light,
where this is going, and I fucking hate it because now I'm
the
insane.
light darts past, and the tarrasque just does a jump and tries to bite it and misses completely. And it turns and skids out and starts to run to try to keep up with this light that's flying through the city streets.
No.
And the tarrasque turns and starts to go through. And
bro.
I will show Birdman, your passive perception is definitely high enough. Let me find the token. There you are.
Dear gods.
Oh, maybe there you are.
I'm so pissed off, bro.
What the fuck?
Why the fuck does this happen to me?
Little elemental, as best as you can tell. Obviously more powerful than the size that it belies because it is resisting the tarrasque's earthquake thing. And it flies through, a little spark of fire kind of fumbling behind it. And the tarrasque is keeping up, but this thing is fast. Like really fast.
No.
So you only have moments before you're outside the city walls. What do you want to do?
I want to tell it to stop fucking moving.
I
It is
need
dark
you.
outside.
I need you to roll a charisma check of your choice.
Oh my god.
Gotta beat a 10.
I beat a 10. Let's go.
It
It's dark.
it abruptly skids to a stop right in front
is
of the
dark
spillway.
outside.
And he looks around and is like, "Yeah, but look, it's bright like the sun. It's just smaller, so I can actually bite it." And it snaps its teeth. And
You gotta re-roll. That's a disadvantage. You're exhausted.
I'm exhausted.
oh yeah, that's true.
I fucking want to commit terrible things to my body.
Hey,
It's the same thing.
Continue
It's the
on.
same shit.
Continue
I rolled a performance, but it's the same fucking thing.
It's fine. Okay. So it stops before it breaks through the spillway even more than it did before, and any part of the throat of the city is completely flat in this area by this point. But you stop and you take a moment to just take in that the city of the reacting, what's left of the reaction is like whoever's left, they're running away from this. They're not sure what the fuck's going on right now. And the creature stops in your mind's eye. But I'm still hungry.
No. You've eaten enough. All fucking. You've eaten
That's
enough.
not
All fucking day.
true.
All fucking day you've been eating.
Yeah, that was
Literally
just
all
one day,
All
and I
fucking
was
day.
asleep for lots
All
of
day. He's
days.
literally like fucking
All
freaking.
But
day.
there was
All day.
I was asleep for like so many days more than I've been able to eat.
Slept all day.
All day.
When
I have
I'm
to sit down and take a
hungry.
nap. I don't care.
Ah,
Nap time.
the tarrasque just like eats a random house and just it's not the same.
I don't care if it's not the same. You're gonna eat that house and you're gonna fucking like it.
I'm
Just
gonna eat
only
this
when
house
like
then. It
We're
eats another house. It eats
We're
another
chasing
house.
the
It eats
sun,
another
damn it.
house.
That is not the sun. The sun will
That,
come
oh,
tomorrow.
that is the sun. Okay, let's go.
It is not the sun.
Okay, it
Sit your
stops.
ass
It
down.
looks over the wall. It sits down and it creates an earthquake.
Night to H2. Your move.
I'm hungry
Checkmate,
though.
shut up. Just like
But I want food.
checkmate, shut the fuck up.
But when are we gonna find food? The sun is supposed to
Tomorrow.
be good. It's like
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. What does that mean?
Tomorrow. I need to make it
Okay.
tomorrow.
Okay. Last time you said tomorrow, I closed my
Um,
eyes. It closes
yes.
its eyes.
And then you close your eyes and then you go the fuck to sleep.
Okay, I will sleep.
And then when you wake up tomorrow, the
All right,
sun
I
will
woke
be
up.
out.
It's tomorrow. Let's go.
No, when you wake
It
up, the
stands
sun
up.
will be out.
The sun. See, it's over there.
That's not the sun.
It's
I don't
really
know what the
small.
fuck that is. No, it's not the sun. I don't know what the fuck that is. I've been
But
on
why
this trip
not? Like she's there.
No.
We can go. And we can
Because
find her.
No.
And we can eat her. And it'd be fun.
No.
Ah! It like gets on on the ground and stomps its feet in a tantrum, and there's like an the city is like.
So help me Christ, I will turn this car around. I will go to McDonald's and order a single black coffee for myself and drive off. I fucking swear to God.
He's crashing out around the
Okay, well,
Whoa.
I'm still hungry.
There are plenty of upper hulks around the city.
I ate them all, or
I
they ran
know.
away in the small holes, and you said it was not gonna go after them because, yeah, it's too small.
We did a good thing today. What you're doing right now is not a good thing.
But I'm still hungry.
I don't care. You're always hungry. You're big and you're fat.
I think that is just a nice way of you saying that you like me.
I do like you. I like you a lot. I'm literally physically connected to you. I can't not like you. I have no choice.
I want a cheeseburger.
And it eats another house. I'm still hungry.
You can
It's
keep
fair.
you can eat as many freaking houses as you want. In this
Okay.
general vicinity, as long as you stand
So
right the fuck here.
when is tomorrow?
Tomorrow, it'll be tomorrow when I tell you it's tomorrow.
Okay. It asks at least 17 more times before it like gets bored when
No.
tomorrow is.
No. I imagine it's literally up in my trance dreams. Is it tomorrow? No. Is it tomorrow? No. Is it tomorrow? No.
Birdman,
No.
you survived a crazy, crazy war around you.
I can see that.
Your sanity is not intact
No.
No.
It is not.
by any means, and you're exhausted. You do struggle finally taking your trance after being awake for nearly 13 hours straight and 8 of those hours were pretty much bloodshed.
Good.
So, is there anything you want to do with any of the alive NPCs before you wrap up today and leave the city tomorrow?
Oh my god.
Tell him to piss off. Tell him to piss off.
I need to say bye to everybody, but I don't trust this fucking.
No, it's like leaving a velociraptor that's a puppy, but it's the size of, the Empire State's Building.
The skin quilt opens your briefcase, goes into it, pulls out a piece of paper, pulls out a
The
pencil,
mask screams at you from inside the briefcase. Come on, let me out! Come
shuts the
on,
briefcase,
you can
hands you,
put me on.
hands
You don't need a
the
face.
paper, hands you the pencil. He's like, yo, just leave a note. Leave a note.
Leave a note.
Yes.
Leave a note.
Write one last
Oh.
letter. Tie
Am I
it.
supposed to?
Right.
Am I supposed to
One more
write a
letter.
fucking-
Tie it.
Am I supposed to write a fucking IOU? I don't understand.
Then shoot an arrow at
I
something
give it.
and leave the note.
Oh.
Leave the note.
You know what, Skip Cool? You're starting to sound like a pretty chill kind of dude.
I'm literally your inner thoughts.
Oh yeah. Oh fuck. Oh man. Yeah, I guess I don't fucking know, dude. I guess I just I'd find like the nearest back to my Birdman shit, I find the nearest small child and tell him to take a message to all these people for me. I just find like a homeless dude that may or may not be bleeding to death.
Okay, I'll say that's a little Putori that's like missing an arm.
I don't know. I can heal him, but I hand him this piece of paper that has like this long message on it that's like, "Hey, I need to leave tomorrow. Bye. If you want to come talk to me, you can come talk to me in front of the gate, in front of the spillway. But like, I'm fucking gone tomorrow." And then I tell him to go find all of the people. To say, hey, find Mel, and find Killian, and find Highbeard, and go and all these people that I'm just like have saved. Just kick that dude Straza.
Well, there is that definite layer to that nat 20 insight. You literally saved Killian's life. Gauche's life. Highbeard would have died. Yeah, most of the other names would have died. In the process. So
one armed Batori, I'm just like, go tell people that Shadow of the Beast said, if you want to come talk to me, you literally have T minus fucking like 12 hours before the sun comes up. When the sun comes up, I'm gone. Like, and yeah. I'm like, you have 12 hours, bro. If you want to come say your goodbyes to me and you want to come thank me and salute me, you want to give me food, I don't care. Whatever you want to do. You want to buy me flowers? Buy me fucking flowers. Just do whatever.
I can't
will
wait.
be here. Oh, man.
I know it's not
Well,
tonight. It can't be tonight. It has to be tomorrow night.
I wake up and fucking first thing I hear, hey, I'm going to war. Oh, okay, I'm insane.
Well, no, that's at night. It's gonna happen at night, so that's.
well, the next layer to this, goes a little more quickly, I guess.
This is
I
a
don't like
7-tier lasagna
Yeah,
with all these layers.
I don't like this onion, bro, that I've bitten into.
This
here.
ogre is getting a little bit too thick, I'd say.
Well, nevertheless, you the next well, the next rest and everything goes by with only one hitch. In the evening, when you finally are able to trance, you find yourself awake in a dream state, if you will.
Elf
and
shit. The last terrible layer of this terrible day is elf shit. This shit sucks so bad.
I love it.
Oh,
And you find yourself walking, meandering through a path. And eventually you find yourself next to Amu, who's
The fuck?
walking through the same path. And it goes through this somewhat tunneled kind of experience with these canopied trees overhead and rocks and stuff jutting down. And you get the impression you've been walking for a long time, even though it feels like moments. And you come into a partial clearing that opens up into the sky where dozens of birds, mostly crow and raven, kind of circle about until one much larger than the other kind of lands on this rock, followed by this red feathered hawk that definitely takes center stage to the rest of the bird creatures about. And there's just the silence of, not really silence, like the monotonous cacophony of like the squawks and cawing of the crows that eventually subsides into just that deafening silence that just takes over everything, and you guys are just sitting there, and you both realize you're here. But you both realize you're in a dream. You both realize that something's bringing this bird, this red bird, has brought you to here, even though you're miles away from each other by this point. And there is a connection that this creature knows between you two that it is using to its advantage. And you know the hawk is who I'm referring to as the creature, but you also know it's not a hawk. That's just what it's looking like now. Is this red feathered phoenix tail hawk, blood hawk, some people call them. And the creature kind of looks at you up and down, and it is seeing if you have any reaction to the understanding that it knows that you are here, that you are aware. And if you do not have anything to say, then you generally get the impression it will say something, but it's kind of seeing if you have a question first. Like that silence lets you know it's waiting.
Okay. What the fuck is going on? I think it's the first thing he says.
I'm here, and I feel like I know you well enough that I dream you making that, but I also want to think that you're here too.
I don't know what's real anymore. Where the fuck am I? Who are you? Are you Amu? Who are you? What are you? You're not a bird. What are you? Are you that freaky thing? Are you that thing that tried to take my shit away? Tried to ruin everything I've done?
I am also inquisitive as to who you are. Yes, I remember I was in my mud, and now I'm here with no recollection
Jacques,
of how.
I have a bone to pick with you if you're Jacques. We have some words. I have some bad words.
The hawk squawks, and when the hawk squawks, the crows start to cackle and laugh.
I too have that sinking suspicion that Jacques is at play here.
I don't think he's here. I'll be honest with you. This was not as scary the last time I saw him.
The hawk spreads its wings and flies to and around you, getting a close look at you all before it circles back and flies through the circle of the rock. Do you follow?
We must follow it, I imagine.
Okay. Okay. We follow it.
So we do. So
Yeah.
yes, we follow it.
Who
I
goes
guess so.
first?
I think
Fuck.
Amu would definitely be going first.
Birdman would not want to go first.
I mean, just from a player perspective, it definitely seems like, well, Amu didn't just go through fucking 8 hours of hell and torture.
Yeah,
He
I
was
don't know if this is
flying.
really Amu. To be
It's
honest
true.
with you.
All right, Amma, you step through, and you immediately are falling. Gravity is taking hold, and you're just like, whoa, shit. And before you can even think one more thing, a giant maw of a creature comes and grabs you. And you are in the immediate moment of trying to defend yourself against a dragon trying to eat you. Birdman, when you step through,
Fuck.
you are at the top of these stairs, and there's stairs on 4 different sides of you, one going in front, behind, left, and right. And running up these stairs, you hear footsteps on either side, and you look down, and you see a pair of eyes coming up on each side, and you have to narrowly dodge and duck out of the way as an arrow nearly clips you. And you
That's
look
right.
down again, and you see dozens of black enshrouded Kenku cackling at you, trying to run at you to shoot you off your pedestal.
Get off me.
I would like you both
Oh no.
to roll an initiative for now. I'm gonna bring it up, and from where this map currently is for future reference, and
Well,
this brings me to
Oh.
able to transition to
Wow.
Callie for the last few moments of the game we'll have today. I assume if Callie is there.
Yeah.
All right. So you the scene I would like to pick up on is a midnight kind of watch scene as Amu and Hio probably have woken you and Tenebris up.
I can hear you running.
Was that to me or was someone else? I'm sorry.
Nah, that was you. I heard Amu.
Okay.
Fine.
I don't know. Okay. Well, you are in a midnight camp. Amu and the others have woken you up with Tenebris to take the next watch. And there is a sense in your mind of something like you want to go for a walk, and you kind of clear that idea with Tenebris, and you start to just kind of walk around the camp until you get to this opening in the grasslands that you're in, where there's this like divot down into a ravine, and there's this little stream, and you just kind of go down to the stream to enjoy the sounds of the stream and the nature and stuff behind it. And while you're doing so and just kind of washing your hands for a moment and kind of taking some cool water in for a brief drink, you notice off to your left a little flash of blue white light. And you turn over, and there is one of the arbiters that you all engaged with by this point many weeks ago out of game. But these little angel winged metallic creatures that kind of give point to these creatures that are searching for you all. And the creature is obviously trying to take a different approach and to connect with you. than the previous approach, because you basically, last time we were engaged with them, you basically told your friends to kill them all. So this time around, this thing is, it's going to in a language you haven't heard in many years. It comes to you, and it's going to not very convincingly try to ask of you, what are these creatures you travel with? My master, the Marut, needs to know. I wish this to be peaceful, so that Primus can welcome you home.
Callie looks at them and is like, and what if I don't want to go home?
Like a robot not understanding what you just said. There's a little bit of like
Yeah.
from this thing, and it's just like, and it eventually responds once it clears its brain. But you're home. And that's all it says. Like, it's just confused that you wouldn't want to return to Primus. Nevertheless, it goes to its first question back again. What are these creatures? What magic do they possess?
These creatures, as you call them, are not something you should concern yourself with.
You are not a Secundus. Not yet. You do not have the authority to tell me what I am to scan and what I am to not, Lady Collie. Yes, you are a chosen of Primus, but the concern of the universe is for all of his children, especially us inevitables, and you declined that chance. So I ask again, tell me what magic, or I will take this knowledge from you.
Um, the fate of the universe no longer concerns me, and you can try and take it from me, but we'll see how well that works.
This is a creature that does not understand what it is. It thinks it's much stronger than what it is, but nevertheless, uh, it's going to.
I am a god. You are a peasant. Shut up.
It is going to ask you to drop. It's going to ask you to, like, basically drop to your knees, fall prone, grovel. I need you to roll a wisdom save versus a DC of 12.
Is there
Oh.
any way you could do it? My computer's
Yeah.
still broken. I'm sorry.
Hey. You got a 16.
Yay! I think that's good at least.
Yeah, you needed to pass a 12, so.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Um. I kind of want to see if my character can run first. And just run instead.
Okay. You start to run through the high grasses up the hills, and at first you look to your side and behind you, and you don't see the little flying creature. But then, after another 10 or so feet, you hear this little buzzing noise and look behind, and it tries to zap at you, hitting you in the back with a little bit of lightning to try to stun you for a moment, but you're much more powerful than the average. You're a level 20. This thing is
Yeah.
designed not for those things. So there's a little zap in your back. What do you do?
I turn around and cast. I'll just go with fireballs. That's like my go-to. I
A little
will.
firebolt. Firebolt shoots at it. Big blast breaks apart. Part of its structure. The thing zooms and flies around you 2 or 3 times, and it tries to whip at you with a little shock thing from its wings. You dodge out of the way of that. What do you do?
I try. I
Do another firebolt
um.
or do another?
Yeah, another fireball.
All right, 24 hits its square in its chest, explodes into a spark of like golden light in front of you. You skid and run up to what's left of its metallic body. Uh, See, there's a little bit of energy source in it, and that shoots out one little spark of light into the sky. And the only thing in response, it's not so much something you hear; it's almost something you kind of feel. In a
Mm-hmm.
way, there is the Marut that this thing was connected to, has connected to where this thing has died and is going to make its way here as quick as possible. Your camp is asleep around you with those people making their way to the south. Do you wake them up to inform them of any of this information to let Amu and the others decide how they want to act, or do you let them sleep through the night and tell them in the morning?
I think my character would tell them.
Tell them in the morning. Okay. You finish out the rest of your rest, kind of a little bit, rest of your watch for the rest, a little bit on edge, but no other of these little arbiters show up. You don't see any weird sparks in the sky. You can roll me a history check. I'm gonna roll a history check for you. I guess I should say. Um,
Sorry.
no, you're good. Um, you got a 16. That's high enough for you to remember that a Marut, it's one of its like detriments, I guess, to what it is they're not very fast. So you are hoping that you guys already have a good enough head start. That's why they kind of rely on these little flying arbiters to kind of go out and seek things for them, so that they can kind of trail at thereafter. But you generally get the impression that you, as well as Tenebris, are now markers for this Marut, and that means one of two things. Either it is going to attempt to capture you, or it's going to attempt to slay you. One of those things. So, at the least, Primus wants you home, to be sure.
Yeah, I see that.
Nevertheless, you are able to finish out the rest of the rest. People wake up in the morning, um, and Amu and the others are gathered around, packing up their things. And how do you want to go about telling Amu and the others about what you saw the night before?
Am I not still in the nightmare sequence?
I forgot about
Um,
my brain got distracted with Maruts. Thank you,
right.
Amu. So Amu is still asleep. We'll say. So Well, I think in essence of some of three things. In essence of time, of greed being absent, and a little bit of convolution of the story right now. I think I want to jump back to that nightmare. So thank you, Alma. My brain got a little fuzzy. For things before we wrap up to the morning. But Callie, I would like you to think on as we get to wrapping up the session here in the next 10-15 minutes. I would like you to think on as we wrap up for notes of like, what would Callie's goal like to be towards what's happening with Primus and the Marut, or other things you want to do with Tenebris or things like that. So I can have some better insight of what to prep for you for upcoming weeks. And so as you think on that, let's jump to, but Callie, I would like to one for taking the role play in with stride, and two for dealing with some tech issues at the same time. I'm gonna give you already had 3 to start, so I'm gonna give you 2 more inspiration to continue the session, so you have some to spend at the end for anything you want to do. So you have 5 in total by this point for stuff. So nevertheless, with Amu and Birdman, I just want to do a brief little narrative, and then to get you to a point of where part of the encounter is going to be for these things, and then kind of next time play through some of the dream encounter that's here. But Amu, alphabetic, I guess, where should go. Like, you're a small enough creature to where I like the imagery that this dragon that you're fighting, we're able to squeeze inside its mouth without actually being bitten, if that makes sense.
No, yeah.
So you literally like appear in the sky and something bit you and you're inside its mouth as you're like falling. The thing that is jarring to your brain is the idea you don't know how this thing was aware that you were there. Were you here beforehand? Like, were you always falling? Like, there's an element of that is definitely something that Jock is messing with you with. He's testing your capability, if you will. So there's one of two ways you can handle this. This can be a physical challenge where you're literally trying to break out of the dragon's mouth, or this can be a metaphysical, spiritual challenge where you're literally trying to commandeer, if you will, the power of this dragon to try to take control over some of its essence.
So I've literally been thinking about this whole time. I think that I wanted to be. I want to bring up specifically because we've already had this conversation before many sessions ago. Like when Amu went to see his Archdruid, and you made mention, like, you're strong enough to compete with the Archdruid. So if you want to lay claim to that title, I said, well, that's not really Amu's style, so he wouldn't really lay claim to such a title. I just want to bring mention to that. So when Amu's inside of it, knowing that he's aware that he's being messed with or tested or whatever, I think he's very, very well. He does have a sanity of oh no, he's at a -1 insanity because he has an 8 in total. So he's like, no, he's already in that crash. He's already been crashing out this whole time. So I think this is no different. But with this, he puts his hand he orients himself in the maw of the dragon and puts his hand towards the throat as water begins to swirl around his fingers and his druidic magic flares up with great intensity as he says, I am the Arch Druid Amu of the Circle of Spores, and I will not be toyed with any longer. Tsunami! And he casts Tsunami inside, pinpointed of this dragon's throat at its greatest potential that it could possibly be cast at, to try and rip the dragon apart from the inside with the force of the waves.
All right, so physical is definitely the choice.
Yes. Just gotta add
All
some
right.
narrative flair to it, you know?
So I love like okay, so we'll leave with the imagery of Amu gathering the liquids from within the dragon to like transmute them and grow them into the tsunami it's like expelling from every orifice by this point. And then the camera switches briefly back to the campsite, and like Amu's just sleeping and his body just shaking, and Callie like going back to bed and debating do they wake them up, and then deciding not to. And then the camera jumps to like Birdman in his trance out in front of the tarrasque, kind of haphazardly resting before the rise of the sun. And then the trance like focuses in on Birdman's brow as he obviously is dreaming and struggling, and a little bit of sweat kind of comes on his brow, and then it slaps and snaps into with like a thwacking noise as Birdman almost gets hit by another arrow that like breaks against the stone behind him, and the skin quilt comes alive in multiple tentacles and is grabbing and throwing people down steps and punching others, and Birdman's drawing a dagger in one hand and has his bow in the other, and he's using it to knock someone back. And once he's done with that, he draws an arrow and fires it point blank at another guy. Birdman, you have two choices here as well: the physical or the metaphysical. So I know what to prepare for next time. The physical is literally you're going to be fighting a dozen Kenku that are going to be trying to kill you on top of this thing, and you're going to be fighting arrows. And the metaphysical is you resisting being turned back into a Kenku.
Oh, God. Shit. I get to pick one of these?
You get to pick one.
Oh, God.
So, like, physical is like you using your bow and whatnot. Metaphysical, it's going to be more of an intrigue. It's going to be more of a you talking with someone.
I think it would be cooler if we did like a metaphysical like break. To be honest with you.
So,
As
like
much
a
as
a discussion with Birdman's own sanity.
Yes. Oh no.
I think it's been a long time in the making, though, to be fair.
Yeah.
So here's what I have in mind for
Also,
the metaphysical.
I don't know why I see the physical trance of me just shadow boxing. Like I'm just like running around like throwing hands. Like,
yes.
Yeah.
The metaphysical is 100% gonna be like a therapy session.
Oh God.
It's gonna be like you sitting on a couch with a giant Kenku like dressed in a suit next to you, asking you questions.
Ooh, wait! It should be like set up like
to be sure, like any of these figures you get.
It's a court scene.
So right.
Oh yeah.
This is
Okay, I like
fucked
that.
up,
I
but
like
yes,
that.
we can do the
Kenku's the
Okay,
judge.
you're on trial in the court scene. Okay, to be sure,
Everybody's just a Kenku,
I love
and
it.
it's just
Everyone's a
executive. He's like gonna
Kenku.
produce a dickhole.
Okay, guys. Before this campaign, I didn't know that Jock loved Kenku. Now I
Son of a
do.
bitch.
So it's just like one of those things that okay. So to be sure, like like symbolism, like this is Jock talking to you is what's happening. But Jock, he's the god of change. So like you rarely see him in his true form. To be sure. Nevertheless, I like the court scene idea.
Damn it, bro! I tried so hard to not. I did everything you asked me to do, man.
But how does that make you really
It
feel?
made me feel like I want to beat your ass.
Okay, and he turns himself into a boxing pad thing,
Yeah.
and he's just like, all right, now punch me as hard as you can. Let it out. Let it out.
Why did I just get the idea
Like
that
Birdman, your story is like
Executive
insane.
producer
why did
Dick
I
Mole.
I just got the idea that okay, we don't it doesn't have to be done. It doesn't have to be done.
It's
But
happening to me.
what if somehow Jacques was able to play the message from Eros in advance?
Ooh. Ooh, that's like evidence on trial or something.
It's like, oh, how does that make you feel? I want to beat your ass. Okay, well, how do you feel after hearing this? Is that really how you feel? Like,
Oh goodness.
like some shit like that.
No, Jock would do something like that. He totally would.
Yeah, we're
Jock?
talking about the same. We're talking about the same guy that's trying to get Alec to build a time machine. By the way, of course he would do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Jock.
Asshole.
Jock is like one of the perfect examples of like a chaotic lawful neutral.
There's something bubbling inside of me that makes me just want to like type "fuck you, Francis" in chat. I don't know what it is.
Do it. Just drop it. Just drop it. Fuck you, Fritz.
Love it. Okay,
Just add
well.
him to fuck you,
Yeah.
Adult Swim.